perfectly clear. I am the answer. Oh, I am the light. I am the love. I am the spirit. I am the peace that's healing the world. I am the answer. I am the answer. I used to fight between wrong and right, watching my fears taking over my life. But now I know why I'm here. It's perfectly clear. I am the answer. Oh, I am the light. I am the love. I am the spirit. I am the peace that's healing the world. I am the answer. I am the answer. Everybody now, I am the light. I am the love. I am the spirit. I am the spirit. I am the peace that's healing the world. I am the answer. Here we go now. I am the light. I am the love. I am the spirit. I am the peace that's healing the world. I am the answer. I am the answer. I am the answer. I'm the answer. I am the answer. I am the answer. Be the answer. I am the answer.
How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? Given the chance, I'm gonna tell you now. How many ways can I give thanks for the blessings I have known? I've got a list, and I will tell you how. Grateful for each breath awake, grateful for each step I take, grateful that I'm here to play my part. Grateful for the morning sun, grateful when the day is done, grateful that I have you in my heart. Grateful for this universe, for the better and the worse. Grateful that this world keeps spinning round. Grateful for my memories, Grateful for my hopes and dreams. Grateful for the blessings I have found. How many ways can I give praises for all the gifts I have? Given the chance, I'm gonna shout out loud. Grateful for each breath awake. Grateful for each step I take. Grateful that I'm here to play my part. Grateful for the morning sun. Grateful when the day is done. Grateful that I have you in my heart. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful now.
Where was the summer? Fall and winter came too fast. Somehow I made it. I'm wide awake. It's spring at last. If I could only bring them back, they'd still be moments from the past. It's simply beautiful to walk with open hands. Nothing to hide, nothing to grasp, nothing to break, nothing to last. Every death brings a new life. Every road, every mile to stress, nothing to climb, nothing to pass. Every death brings a new life. Every road, every mile. Take off your shoes, don't mind the rules. You're free to be starry-eyed and innocent if you choose. You're finally home. Some seasons let us be reborn. These deep dark places where we're torn. And when they tell you that your rose still has its thorns, you've nothing to hide, nothing to test. Love brought you here, now you can rest. Every death brings a new life. Every road, every mile. Take off your shoes, don't mind the rules. You're free to be starry-eyed and innocent if you choose. You're finally home.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Hello and welcome to the People of Diversity Sunday service. We are a multi-faith community and we believe that there are many paths to one divinity. If you would like to learn more about our multi-faith endeavors or support the pod financially, please go to www.peopleofdiversity.org and stay tuned after the message for some more stuff.
Last week was modern mystic Christopher Timms and Drew Brown, and our topic is fear. It was really good. Today is Lesley Swick with a Jewish perspective on fear, and musician Victor Morgado. Next week will be our last presentation on fear, and that will be with Muslim Naran Sykes, and her musical person will be, I said a new member of the team, but that's not entirely true, Bo Frazier. This will be the first time Bo's been online with us, but back in the day, a long time ago, when
He's probably the longest term musician.
exactly, back when we were live all the time, Bo was one of our regular musicians, so it's nice to have him back on the crew. So, without further ado, we'll see you after.
Hi there, my name is Victor Morgado. I'm a musician out of Canada, out of Niagara region in Ontario. I'm about a half an hour or so from the world-famous Niagara Falls. This week's theme for the People of Diversity podcast videocast is Fear. First song I've chosen here is a song by a Canadian singer-songwriter named Bruce Cockburn. He's been around for 50 plus years, wildly successful and popular. This song that I've chosen is called "Wondering Where the Lines Are." It was based on an image from a dream that the singer-songwriter had, Bruce Cockburn, where he was imagining dreams in his lines in his dreams, and they're at the door, and it's an image invoking fear and anxiety. The times at that time were quite fraught with Cold War tensions, and a lot of people were living on tenterhooks and afraid of what was going to come next, and they were afraid for their lives. War was going to start. In the song, the protagonist does come to some sort of sense of peace, and those lines aren't at the door like they used to be. So this song is on the theme of fear. It's called "Wondering Where the Lines Are" by Bruce Cockburn. Sun's up, looks okay, the world survives into another day, thinking about eternity, some kind of ecstasy got a hold on me. I had another dream about lines at the door, they weren't half as frightening as they were before, but I'm thinking about eternity. Some kind of ecstasy got a hold on me. Walls, windows, trees, waves coming through, you being me, and I'll be in you together in eternity. Some kind of ecstasy got a hold on me. Up among the firs where it smells so sweet, or down in the valley where the river used to be, I got my mind on eternity. Some kind of ecstasy got a hold on me, and I'm wondering where the lines are. 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 You, George Feinboy, rises off a lake, 1,000 your petroglyphs, doing a double take, and pointing a finger at eternity. I'm sitting in the middle of this ecstasy. Young men march with helmets shining in the sun, polished and precise, like the brain behind the gun. They got me thinking about eternity. Some kind of ecstasy got a hold on me, and wondering where the lines are. 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 Craters on the north, on the surface of the bay. One of these days we're gonna sail away, gonna sail into eternity. Some kind of ecstasy got a hold on me. Wondering where the lines are. 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 Ooh. The song I've chosen here is a song by Roy Orbison, great American singer-songwriter. The song is called Running Scared. Obviously, the title tells you right away the song is about fear. The protagonist in the song, the singer-songwriter, is afraid that he's going to lose his girlfriend to her ex-lover, that he's going to show up at some time, and she's going to make a decision, have to choose between him and her ex-lover, and he's afraid she's going to choose him. The song does have a resolution, in a sense, tells you what happens in the lyrics. This song is obviously about fear, living on anxiety, that how your current situation, whether it's relationships or financial or health, how they can change on the dime, and living on that, with that anxiety that fear may actually come true. This song is called Running Scared by Roy Orbison. Just running scared. Each place we go, so afraid that he might show. Yeah, running scared. What would I do if he came back and wanted you? Just running scared, feeling low, running scared. You love him so, just running scared, afraid to lose. If he came back, which one would you choose? Then all at once he was standing there, so sure of himself, his head in the air. My heart was breaking, which one would it be? You turned around, walk away from me.
Hello and welcome. My name is Lesley Swick, and I am here today to talk to you about the concept of fear from the perspective of Judaism. So I am an Orthodox Jewish woman, a wife, a mom to 3 amazing teenagers, and a holistic wellness practitioner. And the topic of fear comes up every single day between my work, between my kids, with my husband, even within myself. Fear is such a prominent topic. And so today we're going to dive into how Judaism looks at fear, how I coach my kids through fears, how I coach my clients through fears, because fear is something every single one of us experiences every single day. We have fears about our health, fears about our children, fears about our relationships, fears about money, fears about the future, fears about making the wrong decision, fears about saying yes, and fears about saying no, fears about changing, and fears about staying exactly where we are. And if we're being honest, so much of our energy gets spent trying to eliminate that fear. We tell ourselves, if I knew everything was going to how everything was going to unfold, then I could finally relax. If I had more faith, I wouldn't be afraid. If I trusted God more, I wouldn't worry so much. If only, fill in the blanks, right? That if only sentence tends to control so many of us. And that if only tends to be rooted in fear. But Judaism offers us a very different perspective on fear. Our tradition doesn't ask us to become fearless. It actually asks us to become faithful, because fear itself is not the problem. Let me explain to you actually how fear works. Fear is simply an energy. Fear is an emotion, emotion. Emotion stands for emotion, energy, and motion. Fear is an emotion and energy that God gave us. Every single energy, every single emotion has a positive side, a way that it benefits us, and a negative side, a side that it can hold us back. Every single emotion is that way. Our bodies are designed for that emotion, that emotion, energy emotion, to run through us 90 seconds head to toe. None of those emotions really are we supposed to give the power to. None of those emotions are we supposed to allow to drive the car, to control our lives. But so frequently, we give that power over to the fear. And so as we explore today, we're going to explore the different types of fear through the perspective of Judaism, and we're going to learn how to take that power back from that fear. Because as I said, our Jewish tradition doesn't ask us to become fearless. It asks us to become faithful. The question that we get to ask ourselves is, what do I get to do when fear shows up? Because it's going to show up. How do I get to respond when fear walks in the room? Before I go any further, I want to challenge an idea that many of us carry. We've been taught that fear is the enemy, just as I was saying. Right? That's what our thought is fear is bad, fear is evil, fear is going to hold us back. Fear has all these things. And that if we're afraid of something, it's wrong. Don't be afraid, right? Constantly, we hear that. And that if we had enough faith, enough trust, enough confidence, we wouldn't feel fear. We look at fear as a weakness. But Judaism teaches us something very, very different. And that is, fear in itself is not the problem. Fear is a gift. Fear is an energy. Fear is information. Fear is part of how God designed us. Imagine for a moment that fear didn't exist, that was an energy that was never given to us. So put yourself in that spot. Fear doesn't exist. And you are standing outside in your front yard with your children, with your grandchildren, with your nieces, with your nephews, with the next door neighbor's kids, right? And that child runs out into the street while cars are coming. If you did not experience fear, you would simply stand there. Fear is what's going to mobilize you. Fear is what's going to move you. Fear is what floods your body with an energy needed to protect what matters. Fear is what's going to get you to run out and grab that child and protect them from the car. Fear is not weakness. Fear is wisdom. Fear is a messenger. And the question isn't whether fear shows up, because it's going to. The question is, how long do we allow fear to stay in the driver's seat? Because fear was designed to alert us. It was never designed to control our entire lives. In that same scenario, when we go and we save that child, if we continue to let that fear run the show, then we would probably not let our child go out in the front yard anymore. We'd keep them locked up in a space because they just might run out into the street again. Fear begins to control us. That's where anxiety comes in. All these fears when it starts to take control. Throughout today's conversation, I want you to invite you to think differently about fear. Fear is not something to eliminate, but fear is something to understand. Because when fear is acknowledged, it can become one of our greatest teachers. When fear is ignored, it grows louder and louder and louder. And when fear completely takes over, it begins making decisions that were never meant to belong to it. Fear is a gift, but like any gift, it needs wisdom. So today we're going to explore 4 different types of fear that Judaism teaches us about. As we walk through these together, I invite you to listen for which one feels most present in your own life right now. Because fear is not one thing. And the way we respond depends on understanding which kind of fear we're actually experiencing. So let me give you a little brief background. The Hebrew language, unlike English, has many words for the same thing, where in English, we may narrow it down to one word, fear. That's huge. In Hebrew, there are many different ways that or many different Hebrew words that get translated into the English word of fear, but they mean very different things. So we're going to explore 4 of them. The first one that we're going to explore today is the Hebrew word pachad, which is instinctive fear. Where, like I said, where English gives us one word for fear, Hebrew gives us many. So pachad being instinctive fear, this is the fear that protects us. It's immediate. It's visceral. It's biological. It's the voice inside that says, pay attention. Something isn't right. Protect yourself. This is the fear that causes you to pull your hand away from a hot stove. It's the fear that causes you to slam on your brakes when a car in front of you suddenly stops. It's the concern you feel when your child is late coming home. It's the discomfort that tells you a relationship isn't healthy. This kind of fear is not a flaw. It is part of how God designed us. This is the fear that jumped in when that child ran out in the street. Judaism places tremendous value on preserving life. In Deuteronomy 4:15, we are instructed, you shall greatly guard your souls. Our tradition does not celebrate recklessness. There is no virtue in ignoring danger. Healthy fear helps us set boundaries. Healthy fear helps us recognize risk. Healthy fear helps us protect what matters. This is where we begin to see fear as a sacred gift. Fear activates us. Fear mobilizes us. Fear gives us energy. Without fear, we would not protect our children. Without fear, we would not move away from danger. Without fear, we would not set healthy boundaries. Fear itself is not the enemy. Unexamined fear is. Unchecked fear is. Fear that remains in control long after the danger has passed is. Think of fear like a smoke detector. Its job is to get your attention. Its job is not to run your life. The problem isn't that the alarm goes off. Many of us live with the smoke detectors that are far too sensitive. Our nervous systems start treating discomfort as danger. Uncertainty becomes danger. Change becomes danger. Growth becomes danger. And suddenly, fear moves from being a messenger to being a decision maker. When we look at the word fear, it can be an acronym, 2 different ways. The first, face everything and run, or the other, face everything and rise. When we let fear control us, we stop taking healthy risks. We stop trusting ourselves. We stop saying yes to opportunities. This is the face everything and run. We stop having difficult conversations. We stop living fully. So when fear arises, instead of immediately trying to get rid of it, try asking, what are you trying to protect? What do you need me to pay attention to? Is there a real danger here? Or is this discomfort asking me to grow? Fear wants to be seen. Fear wants to be acknowledged. And once it's been acknowledged, we get a choice. Will I let fear control me? Or will I let it inform me? The goal is not to silence pachad. The goal is to listen to it wisely. Now we're going to check in with the second kind of fear, the second word for fear in Judaism, in Hebrew, and that is yirah, which means awe and reverence. The Torah often uses the word yirah, which is translated as into English as fear, but it's something entirely different from pachad. Yirah means awe, wonder, reverence, sacred awareness. It's the feeling that comes when we encounter something greater than ourselves. Perhaps you've experienced it standing in a sacred, holy space, or looking up at the sky filled with stars, or watching the ocean stretch endlessly before you, or holding a newborn baby. For a moment, everything becomes quiet. Your worries don't disappear, but they get smaller. Your perspective expands. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel wrote that awe is the beginning of wisdom, because awe pulls us out of ourselves. It reminds us that we are not the center of the universe, and somehow that's deeply comforting. In Deuteronomy 10:12, Moses asks, "And now, Israel, what does the Lord your God ask of you? Only to fear the Lord your God, to walk in his ways, to love him, and to serve him." Notice something remarkable. Fear and love appear together, because this is not the fear that pushes us away from God. It is an awe that draws us closer. It's the awareness that our lives matter, that our choices matter, that we are connected to something infinitely larger than ourselves. Many of our fears grow bigger because our perspective gets smaller. We become trapped inside our own minds, our own timelines, our own worries. Awe expands us. It reminds us that we are held by something greater, that we do not carry the entire world on our shoulders, that we are part of a story much bigger than our own. The opposite of anxiety is not certainty. Sometimes the opposite of anxiety is awe. So ask yourself, when was the last time I experienced yirah? When was the last time I stepped outside long enough to remember how vast this world is? How often do I pause long enough to feel wonder? Because awe doesn't remove our problems, it changes our relationship with them. Now we're going to step into the third type of fear, the fear of change. And we see this in what we call the Egypt mindset. One of the most powerful stories about fear in the Torah takes place after the Israelites leave Egypt. For generations, they prayed for freedom. And then freedom came. But once they entered the wilderness, something surprising happened. Again and again, they wanted to go back. They begged to return back to Egypt. In Numbers 14:2, they cry out, "Would that we had died in the land of Egypt." They were wandering in the desert, and all they wanted to do was go back. Think about that. Egypt was slavery. Egypt was oppression. Egypt was suffering. Why in the world would they want to go back? Because Egypt was familiar. The wilderness was uncertain. They knew who they were in Egypt. They knew what each day would look like. Freedom required becoming someone new, and that is terrifying. This is one of the most human stories in the Torah, because we all do the same thing. We cling to familiar pain because it feels safer than unfamiliar possibility. We stay in relationships we've long outgrown. We remain in careers that no longer fit us. We hold on to identities that once protected us, but now limit us. We avoid difficult conversations. We stay small because expansion feels very overwhelming. Fear whispers, "Stay where it's familiar." Fear whispers, there is more waiting for you. Faith whispers, there is more waiting for you. The Israelites weren't simply leaving a physical place. They were leaving an identity. And every meaningful transformation asks the same thing of us. Who do I need to stop being in order to become who I am meant to be? The wilderness is uncomfortable because it's an in-between space. We are no longer who we were, but we're not yet who we are becoming. We want clarity. God often gives us the next step instead, and that's where faith begins. This is where fear can take those two paths that I was talking about before. Face everything and run, or face everything and rise. The Israelites stood at this exact crossroads. They could run back to Egypt, or they could rise into the unknown. The truth is, every meaningful transformation asks us to make the same choice. Fear shows up because something matters. Fear shows up because we are standing at the edge of change. Fear shows up because an old identity is ending and a new one is being born. The goal is not to wait until the fear disappears. The goal is to notice it, honor it, listen to it, and then choose. Will I run back to what's familiar, or will I rise into who I'm becoming? Fear doesn't get to make the decision. You do. Ask yourself, what Egypt am I still clinging to? What familiar struggles feel safer than growth? What old identity am I afraid to release? Because fear often shows up right before freedom. The presence of fear does not necessarily mean you're moving in the wrong direction. Sometimes it means you're standing at the edge of your next chapter. Lastly, we're going to dive into the fourth type of fear. Fear that leads to faith. This is the fear that asks, will I trust even when I don't know what comes next? Many people think that faith means certainty. Judaism teaches something very different. Faith is not certainty. So in Hebrew, the word for faith is actually emunah, which is very different than how we think of faith. Emunah, again, just like fear, we have many words for it. Emunah is this true belief, this deep knowledge. It's not a blind faith. It is a deep knowledge and understanding. And so when we look at faith through the word of emunah, faith, emunah, is trust. Trust in the middle of uncertainty. King David writes in Psalm 56, when I am afraid, I put my trust in you. Not if, when. Fear is assumed. The question is not whether fear will come. The question is, what will we do with it when it arrives? Will we let fear close us down, or will we allow fear to deepen our trust? Fear becomes the doorway. Fear becomes the invitation. Fear becomes the moment of choice. Every time fear appears, we have an opportunity to pause and ask, what am I afraid of? What story am I telling myself? What am I trying to protect? What would trust look like right now? This is the sacred pause, the moment in between fear arising and fear taking control. Because fear wants to be acknowledged. Fear wants to be witnessed. And once it has been seen, we get to choose. Face everything and run, or face everything and rise. In Psalm 23, David writes, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Notice what he doesn't say. He doesn't say the valley disappears. He doesn't say the fear goes away. He says, you are with me. That changes everything. The presence of fear does not mean the absence of faith. And the presence of faith does not mean the absence of fear. Fear and faith can and do coexist. The question is, which one gets the final word? Throughout our tradition, we see this over and over again. Abraham was afraid. Moses was afraid. Joshua was afraid. Esther was afraid. God never asked them to stop feeling fear before moving forward. Instead, God reminded them, you are not alone. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is choosing trust while fear is still present. The Talmud teaches in Brachot 33b, everything is in the hands of heaven except the fear of heaven. There is so much we cannot control. We cannot control other people. We cannot control every circumstance, but we can choose how we respond. We can choose trust. We can choose integrity. We can choose faithfulness. We can choose who we are and who we become in the midst of uncertainty. Faith says, I hear you. I understand why you're here. Thank you for trying to protect me. And now I'm going to take the next step anyway. As we come to the end of our conversation today, I want to invite you to reflect. Which of these 4 types of fear feels most present in your life right now? Is it pachad, the instinctive fear that protects you? Is it yirah, the awe that reminds you of something bigger? Is it the fear of leaving your own Egypt, the fear of becoming someone new? Or is it the fear that is inviting you into deeper trust? What is that fear trying to teach you? What would it look like to listen to your fear without letting it lead you? What would trust look like today? Not next year, not when you have all the answers, just today, right now. What is one small step you can take with fear sitting beside you? Judaism does not ask us to become fearless. It asks us to remember that we never walk alone. Fear may, and actually fear will, still come. Uncertainty will still exist. The future will probably still be unclear. But our tradition reminds us that courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is choosing trust while fear is still present. As King David teaches us, when I am afraid, I put my trust in you. May we learn to listen to our fear without being ruled by it. May we move from fear into awe, from contraction into trust. And may we remember that even in the wilderness, we are never walking alone. May we have the courage to face everything and rise. May we trust the next step, even when we cannot see the whole path.
Thank you, Victor. Amazing. As usual, we are grateful for your participation and all your help finding cool Canadian people to do this with us. Thank you, Lesley. Amazing perspective. Always powerful. Philip Lupo and the amazing tech team that puts all this crazy together and makes it look very normal and real. You can find them at the website listed below. If you have needs in audiovisual, whether in person or online, let them know. They will fix you up. Past services are available in 3 places: People of Diversity Facebook page, People of Diversity Facebook group, People of Diversity YouTube channel. I almost Facebooked that YouTube channel. Now listen, the function on your mobile phone, on YouTube, on the playlists that are available on the People of Diversity YouTube channel is horrible. Use your tablet or your computer. It's just not fun. It makes it very cumbersome and frustrating. So go to your computer and have fun there, because it's way cooler.
If you're watching the current, the one that's playing live,
Oh yeah,
the ones that are in the just recent past, then it's not bad. But once they put them in the playlist, it's not good.
Yeah, somehow there's just too much going on there.
Yeah.
So, what do we got tomorrow? No, you got to go first. You got other stuff you got to say first, and then I say tomorrow stuff.
Sorry, I interrupted you and got
That's
y'all
okay.
messed up.
That's
Yeah.
okay. You're up, honey.
There's a second broadcast at 5:45 on Sunday evening on Facebook Live. So every week we do a newsletter. It's got all of the the things about what we do virtually, our services, the past service, upcoming services, and also about our live events and some other cool stuff. So if you would like to get that, it's sent out on email, so we need your email. If you email newwaypod@gmail.com, newwaypod@gmail.com, then you will be on the newsletter list and be able to keep up. Also, on that newsletter and program that we have is Pod Plus. And that is, if you sign up for a recurring donation, a monthly recurring donation, then that puts you in a special group. You'll get advanced notice on paid events like speed healing. We will post things from like live things with our speakers and musicians, and there are about, I think, 9 or 10 vendors that are offering discounts to people that are in Pod Plus. So check that out. You can find out about it in the newsletter or on the website. Okay.
Now the tomorrow stuff.
Yeah.
So, June 29th, tomorrow. Sound bath with the Sisterhood of the Traveling Mystics at the UU, Unitarian Universalist Friendship Fellowship Hall in Rockledge from 7 to 9. It's a love offering. No one's turned away, and the basket's by the door. Throw oodles and oodles of money into it so that the sisterhood can go and travel more. July 6th, we have a special program starting, and I'm going to read this verbatim. Are you ready to invite more abundance into your life? Join Gloria Grace Rand for Prosperity for You. Lessons in Prosperity Consciousness Creation, based on the book by Reverend Cynthia Alice Anderson. In just 4 weeks, you'll learn principles designed to create a life filled with more spirit, more love, more money than ever before. You're encouraged to trust the process and allow your soul to grow. Classes will meet on the first Monday of July, August, September, and October from 7 to 9 at the Unitarian Universalist Friendship Fellowship Hall in Rockledge from 7 to 9. There is a love offering request of $20 per session. If you show up for everything, there's a freebie at the end. If you or your business would like to sponsor these live events, whether it be the ones that Gloria is doing or the end of the month for the next 4 months, you can contact us at newwaypod@gmail.com. The rent is $50. That's our request for a sponsoring. And we give you the mic at the beginning, if you want it or not, to say a few words about why you're hanging out, what you're doing with your business, whatever you want to say. And for that, we're very grateful. It really, really helps take a little bit of the edge off. That's all I know.
We are blessing the world's major religious movements. There are 41 in the list we're using. This week, it's one I'd never heard of, but it's very interesting. It's Musak. Musak, and that is Korean shamanism. Yeah. So Musaks believe in many deities and spiritual ancestors, and they believe that you can communicate with those people. And there are more than 200,000 followers, most of which are in South Korea. So let's hold the followers of Musak in our hearts and say these words together. May peace prevail in Musak. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me. Thank you.
Tithes, donations, offerings, gifts of all kinds can go through peopleofdiversity.org. Remember that you can also join Pod Plus for a monthly offering. It really helps us to be able to budget. We close each service with a healing circle. If you'll bring to your mind's eye anyone in your world who needs love, support, or healing, put them in a circle. Let's put the folks who run the planet in there too. Give them some love, and don't forget to step into the circle yourself. Let's push some love and light out for everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks. Bye.
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love.